Hey everyone, so today I'm here to do a quick little book review, and that is My Roommate is a Vampire. This took me about just under 2 weeks in order to read this, and I was hooked and I loved it. And I love the cover because the cover is like cartoony type of thing. And this is by Jenna. I can't pronounce the last name, so I'm just going to show you. Bear with me while I change thingies. But yeah, this book is like 337 pages and it's a romance, but it is slow burn. So for those who are not into romance, because I am not a fan of romance myself, but I kind of like the whole genre vampire thing, so I kind of took a chance on this. And it was going around on TikTok as well, and the works, because the works have been doing sprayed edges. But I missed out on the sprayed edges things because I ended up getting them from, I think it was Amazon or something like that. But yeah, this is a slow burn romance. This isn't YA, this is adult fiction. And yeah, it has one chapter of lovemaking, shall we call it. That is chapter 16. If you want, go in cold and just read chapter 16 in the middle of wherever you find it. But this is basically a story about Cassie, where she is broke and things aren't going her way. So she needs a place to stay that is kind of reasonably priced, but not ridiculous. And she ends up replying to Frederick's Craigslist advert about how she can rent a room for $200 a month, which is extremely cheap for her and affordable. So she ends up moving in with Frederick into his really lavish apartment, lush apartment with really cool artwork and paintings. Sorry while I adjust. So yeah, but obviously, as you all know, Frederick is a vampire, and Cassie doesn't find this out until like so many chapters in. But Cassie is an artist and she wants to. She's been submitting her artwork to different expeditions, and she didn't get into this one, which was really disheartening for her, and she kind of really upsets her because her artwork is kind of different, where she takes trash and she makes art out of it and landscapes and stuff, which I kind of like the idea. It's a very different kind of art style that Cassie has. And obviously Frederick is going to encourage her, and he kind of falls for her and she falls for him, and it takes ages for them to kind of admit to be in a relationship and all that. But yeah, but it's basically about Cassie kind of moving in, and Frederick, because he's 351 years old, which shocks to Cassie. Also, the vampires in here have different like power abilities, and Frederick's is when he gets stressed or nervous, he makes fruit, which is what he gifts to her at the beginning of the book as a welcoming gift. And they are really nice tasting, luscious fruits. Um, but yeah, personally, I love this. I'm giving it 5 stars. And spoiler alert, Cassie has to save the day by saving Frederick, because Frederick gets kidnapped by the Jamiesons family, because he was put into an arranged marriage because of their old ways of the vampires, as Frederick wants to be more modern and he wants to be with the times. And obviously Cassie has to help with that, help him adjust to the 21st century by helping him with the internet, kind of Instagram, buying clothes, finding a style and that kind of stuff. And they kind of go really well together. I love the writing style. It wasn't so that was basically the story that I just gave you. It wasn't boring. Um, as I say, it is a slow burn, which may not be for everyone because some people just like their books a bit more fast paced. But for my first light romance novel, I really enjoyed it. There wasn't too much and there wasn't too little either, and the writing style was enough to kind of keep me engaged into the book and hooked. And also the cover helps as well. Like, as I say, the cover I really, really love. These kind of cartoony covers. And as I say, it's 337 pages, so it's not a massive kind of book, but it doesn't kind of go here, there, and everywhere. It's kind of sticking to the point. So I highly recommend this book. If you haven't read it, as I say, I'm giving it 5 stars, and I'm going to keep it because I absolutely love it. And it is a perfect read for October. I know we're in November now, but I started this at the end of October and I wasn't able to finish it on Halloween. But I finished it now, which is what matters. But yeah, if you love vampires and really like romance, this is definitely for you, and any support would be very much appreciated. Thank you.